everyone, Emily here with Senior Helpers. So happy to have everyone here today. Today we have two guests again. First, we'll start off with Callie, who will be talking about squash and the benefits of squash and how we can make squash. And then we'll have Yvonne next, who will be doing some exercises with us. So it's a packed day today, and we're really excited to have everyone aboard. I'm going to start off by letting Callie talk about zucchini and other types of squash. Go ahead, Callie.
Hi, everyone. It's me again, Callie. I work with market days down at the Larimer County Farmers Market. My program helps provide low-income older adults with access to fresh fruits and veggies. So I'm at the farmers market every single weekend. So I get to see all the wonderful fresh and fruits and vegetables that are available. And pretty recently, we've started seeing zucchini. So anybody who's ever grown a zucchini plant knows that they spit out like 2-3 zucchini a day. So sometimes it can be a little difficult to figure out what to do with all your zucchini. So we're going to cover that today. I also want to introduce you to this cool little guy. This is called a patty pan squash. They come in a variety of different colors. So like white, like this one, they have yellow, and some of them are even green. And it is considered a squash and can be prepared in a lot of the same ways that I'm going to tell you how to prepare zucchini. But here are some examples of zucchinis. I have a dark green one, and then I also have this more variegated one. Don't be worried about the color. You'll even see some yellow ones. They all cook the same way. They all taste wonderful. And the only thing that really changes is just some of the different phytochemicals that are present in the skin of the zucchini. And it just changes with whatever color they are. So don't worry too much about that. All right, so jumping right in. Zucchini is a wonderful fruit. A serving size of it is about a cup. So if you're looking at like an actual zucchini, I would say about half of it would be considered a cup. But we know that we would like you to be eating about 2-3 cups of vegetables a day. So if you decide to eat a whole zucchini, then good for you. You just got about 2 cups of your veggies in. So zucchinis and other summer squashes are pretty high in vitamin A. Eating just 1 cup of zucchini will get you about 40% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin A, and that is pretty helpful for supporting vision and your immune system. It's also pretty high in vitamin C. So it has about 15% of our recommended daily intake of vitamin C. So you want to remember, though, that a lot of the vitamins and the antioxidants are going to be present in the skin. So if you're one of those people that gets a little weirded out by skins on your vegetables, these are really, really soft. You're not going to have any crunch like that. So try to keep them on because they're full of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Zucchinis and other squashes also have the benefit of being rich in water and fiber. So that fiber is also insoluble and soluble fiber. So it has a role to play in healthy digestion. It also can improve your heart health by helping reduce your LDL cholesterol. And it is also high in potassium, which means that it's going to help dilate your blood vessels. So it helps them widen out. So that is going to it's going to decrease your blood pressure. And it also aids in weight loss by helping you feel a little bit fuller faster. So try to add in a cup of these veggies that are high in water and fiber to your diet, and it will definitely aid in weight loss. So you might be thinking to yourself, how the heck do I add that much zucchini into my diet? Well, you can do a lot of different things. So especially with these nice summer squashes, because they're so soft, you can actually chop them up fairly fine and add them into salads. You can also stew them and add them into things like ratatouille or just any type of vegetable stew. You can also stuff them. So like if you were to take a patty pan squash, you might want to get a little bit bigger, but you could cut it in half lengthwise and then stuff it with some rice and lentils or other types of veggies and just go ahead and bake them, which is delicious. You can chop them up and stir fry them, add them with some rice or lo mein noodles, maybe a little bit of tofu or chicken, and voila, you have a very delicious stir fry waiting for you. You can also boil them until they're nice and soft and add them into different types of soups. One of the most common ones that you're going to come across is like a butternut squash soup. You can add zucchini or any type of those softer squashes into a soup like that and just blend them up. The other thing that I really like doing with my zucchinis is I will cut them in half lengthwise, and then I'll drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and throw them on the grill. You can do that about a medium or high heat and grill it for about 2-3 minutes each side. It's so that doesn't get like super squishy. You want it to still be a little bit firm. You can also bread and bake them. So if you want to, you can chop them up into nice slices. You can use a knife or a mandolin slicer. You can dip them in like a little bit of milk or egg, bread them with breadcrumbs that you've seasoned with whatever you want, really, and throw them in the oven at about 400 for about 5 to 8 minutes per side until they're getting a nice golden brown on them. You can also spiralize it. If you've ever seen zucchini noodles, they actually make a really good substitute for regular noodles for anybody who is trying to adhere to a gluten-free diet due to celiacs or gluten-free or gluten insensitivity. Also, if you're, once again, looking to lose some weight, you have the options of replacing your noodles with veggie noodles. Lastly, my favorite thing to do with zucchini is to bake it into breads. So you can do like a zucchini bread. You can do zucchini pancakes, zucchini muffins, and if you're feeling really, really game to try something new, you can do a zucchini chocolate cake. So the options are really endless when it comes to using zucchinis or other squashes. I will mention with these patty pan squashes, their skins are just a little bit harder. So you want to try to get them when they're a little bit smaller than this if you're wanting to saute them and fry them up. Otherwise, if you do get them when they're a little bit bigger, they're great for stuffing just because the skins are a little bit harder and they'll retain their shape when they're baking them. And then you can just scoop out the insides with the patty pan squash flesh. So that is all I have for you guys today. Once again, if you're ever at the farmer's market and you want to drop by and say hi to me, I'm on the North Lawn and I'm always wearing these bright pink sunglasses. So come see me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Callie. It was funny. Our one of my coworkers was like, she should talk about baking them into chocolate cake. And then you said it. So I was like, perfect. She already did it. All right. Thank you so much, Callie, for joining us. We're going to go on to Yvonne now. All right. Hi, Yvonne. How are you?
Hi, Emily. I'm doing great today. Now I have all kinds of tips for squash. I'm very excited about that.
Perfect. Am I saying your name right?
Yvonne, yes.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
All right, Yvonne, why don't you take it away with our movement exercises today? Go ahead.
Thanks, Emily. So I'm Yvonne Hanning, and I'm with Willow Tree Studios, and we offer fitness and wellness classes for active agers. We're an online studio, so you can take classes right from your own home. We have both Zoom and YouTube video classes so that you can either take them with a group or, scheduling them, or as they fit into your schedule, rather. We offer some traditional classes like strength and cardio. We offer yoga and Tai Chi, although just so that you know, we're not on the floor with either of those classes. We're always seated or standing. We have a Wednesday wind down for 10 minutes of calm and some self-care tips like how to do an awesome hand massage at home. So today I thought I'd highlight one of our mindfulness classes and do a bit of seated Tai Chi. So Tai Chi, you've probably started to hear a lot more about, and it has many benefits. For example, improved mental focus, falls prevention, and a big one is pain reduction. So with that, we'll get started. So we're going to sit up away from the back of our chair, sitting nice and tall, our hands just on our lap. And our hands are going to slide off the side of our lap. We're going to gather in like a big hug. And then our hands press down right to our lap. And again, sliding off. Gathering in. And centering down. This is called sinking the chi. One more time. Gathering in. and centering down. Our hands are going to slide off our lap, and this time they're going to drift out to the side and then lower down. This is called the wings of the bird. So you can imagine soaring right across our town, right over Tally in the farmer's market. And then one more time. And right here, gather in, sinking the chi. We're going to bring our hands palm up right to our hips. We're going to reach out and our hands are going to come back to back. And then we're going to press back, pressing our hands back. And then release right back to our hip and reaching out. This is called the butterfly. So now we can imagine flying from beautiful flower to beautiful flower and stretching out our lovely butterfly wings, reaching forward and pressing back. And one more, reaching forward and pressing back. And our hands come right to our lap. We're going to scoop our fingers together, interlacing them, reaching up, stretching up, pressing up, looking up. And then scooping under, lift and press up. This is called holding up the sky. We're going to take a little lean to the side and back into center and release. And our fingers interlace. And reaching up, stretching up, pressing up. And again, scooping under, pressing up tall, taking it to the side. Back in the center. And one more scoop. Just like that. Reaching up, stretching up, pressing up, and looking up. And then our hands float right back down to our left. They're going to slide off the front of our legs. Our arms open up. And here we are. This is called embracing the moon. It's like you're holding a big giant ball right in front of you. And one more. Right here, we're going to take a step out to the corner and taking our top hand away. And then we're going to imagine that we're tossing a frisbee. Scoop it under, and a little toss of the frisbee, and scooping under, and a toss. So we're going to add our other hand back in. We're going to start out by embracing the moon. And then one hand slides just past the other, and the other hand rests at your hip. And this is called parting the mane of the wild horse. You can imagine brushing your fingers right through the horse's mane. And then right here, gathering and embracing the moon, bringing your foot in, open out wide, and embrace the moon. And the top hand comes away. We're going to take a little step out. We're going to start with tossing the frisbee, sweeping on back, and a little toss away. And one more. And then gathering up, holding the big ball, one hand slides past the other, parting the wild horse's mane. One last. And then bringing your hands back in the center, embracing the moon, stepping in, and embracing the moon. And one more time, embracing the moon. We're going to take a little step out, and we're going to start with two, parting the horse's manes. And then we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to hold this big ball. We're going to give it a spin, and then a little push right out the window. And this is called Fair Maiden Works the Shuttles But I think of it as spin the moon and get it started right on its journey and draw it on back. And one more, spin the moon and push. And bringing yourself back into center, stepping in, open out wide, embracing the moon, and embracing the moon. We're going to take a step out to the corner, and 2 times, parting the horse's mane, and then gathering up, holding our moon, giving it a spin, and pushing it right out the window so it can start its journey across the sky. One more push, spin, and push, bringing it back into center. Inhale and open, exhale and close, and our hands float right down to our lap. We're going to gather in, sinking the chi. And one last. So now we're going to do a move called the wise owl looks behind. So we're going to open up our wings and looking gently up. And then we're going to fold them back right to our lap, our chin tucks. And opening out, looking over our shoulder. And then our hands come back to our lap and our chin tucks. And opening out. The wise owl looking around. This time we're going to open out. We're going to look over our shoulder. We're going to turn our shoulders just a bit to the corner and back in the center. And open out. And turning our head and turning our shoulders and back in the center. Opening out our lovely owl wings, looking over our shoulder, turning our shoulder, and then turning the waist for the wise owl looks behind and back in the center. And open out, looking over your shoulder, turning the shoulders, turning the waist, and back in the center. Our hands slide off, we gather in, sinking the chi. And one last time, sinking the chi. And if you want, you can make a fist, cover the fist with your hand, a little bow, and there we are. A little bit of seated Tai Chi for your day.
That was wonderful. Thank you. Oh, okay. I am unmuted. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. I feel a lot more relaxed and also just energized at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a nice refocus.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Callie, as well. Thanks for everyone who joined at home. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.